Flush it down the toilet, 'cause I don't like you. My face looks like a glazed donut.
Welcome back to the Glazed Donut. This is, didn't think I was going to do a third part of this, but this is Talking Remasters, Part 3, the epilogue, brought to you by, of course, Heavies headphones, the greatest headphones ever made. Changed my life. I would probably be in the throes of the greatest depression of my entire life if it wasn't for Heavies. They saved my life and changed my life. So get some Heavies. Anyway, so I just wanted to go back and try to, I wanted to talk about a couple things I talked about last time. I wanted to try to clarify something, a couple things. First of all was the Iron Maiden Killers 2015 remaster. This was like this sounds so good. It was like one of the greatest remasters I've ever heard. And I said that I was going to go back and get Peace of Mind and Power Slave, because those are like pretty much my top three Maiden albums. And I did go back and buy them, Peace of Mind and Power Slave, same thing, 2015 remaster. Because, I mean, it's my top three, dude. Really, the first six, Iron Maiden is, that's my Iron Maiden. That's my shit. All the way up to Somewhere in Time. That's the stuff that I grew up with. That's the stuff that I learned to play to. That's the Maiden that I love. And like I said before, The Seventh Son, when that came out, I didn't really like it then when it came out. That's when I kind of just turned away from Iron Maiden for a while. Funny because it's like one of their biggest albums, but I didn't get back into Maiden until after that X shit, virtual, all that shit, whatever that was. I got back into them, the later albums, and then I went back and got all the other ones. But I don't hold that stuff in as high esteem as the first six at all. If that's your shit, awesome. Check out the remasters. I'm sure they're kick-ass, because all of these, they all sound the same. They're so killer, man. They're so fucking bass heavy and clear and spaced out. I mean, they sound amazing, man. And you know, the audio files, the audio experts, the people that know everything that I'm not even gonna argue with, I had to read this about that. They say that these remasters suffer from overcompression and loss of dynamic range, and I don't hear any of that. And let me tell you something, in the Heavies, there is no such thing as a loss of dynamic range. I'll just tell you that right now. But I disagree with that completely. They sound like, Iron Maiden has never sounded better to me. And it was weird because they were the two, these, it says they're, all the covers say 2015 for the remaster, right? And when you look them up, I always see 2018 and 2019, and I was like, hey man, is that different? Because I want the 2015. Whatever they did on there was killer, you know. And so it turns out, what I found out about it is in 2015 they remastered the entire Maiden catalog, all the way up to Book of Souls, which was the new album at the time. They remastered the whole catalog, these high-res remasters. They were high-res remasters, and they released them digitally only. I didn't know about that. And it wasn't until 2018 and 19 when they put them all on CD. So these are actually the 2015 high-res remasters, and man, they sound killer. I don't care what anybody else says. They sound amazing. And I'm definitely going to go back and get the other three so I can have the first six. And you know what? I mean, as good as they sound, I wouldn't mind taking a trip through the back half of the catalog with all those remasters. I mean, I don't know if I'll buy them. If y'all want to send them to me, I'd be happy to listen through them again. But I wouldn't mind. You know, I'll give it another shot. But anyway, this is called the Studio Collection. The Studio Collection Remastered. And they all have these little round stickers on the front. Let's say originally released in 1986 or whatever, and it says the Studio Collection Remastered. So if you want to check out Maiden like you've never heard them before, pick up any one of those, man. Because so far so good with me, man. They sound amazing. Okay. So that was that, and then since we've been doing honorable mentions, before I get to the other one I wanted to talk about, I'll just do an honorable mention here of Rush, Caress of Steel. This comes from the original Rush remasters. I don't know what year this was, but it was like they did a run of these all remastered. I do have some anniversary editions that came out for 2112, Moving Pictures, Farewell to Kings, and Hemispheres, which they were all like super remastered and whatever. You know, those all sound amazing. And I just heard that they did do an anniversary edition of this and Fly By Night this year, like just a few months ago. So maybe I'll check that out. But anyway, the original remaster, it sounds amazing, man. It's louder and clearer. You know, there was nothing special about it. It's a lot louder, and you can actually hear like the necromancer narration. You know, but freaking killer, dude. I don't think there's nothing wrong with this. Anyway, so a little honorable mention there. But the one I really wanted to talk about was this one. Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell. This was the only one that I bought that I just, you know, it didn't sound like there was anything to it. It didn't sound any better or worse or whatever. Just there was nothing. You know, if anything, it sounded kind of muddy, and like the vocals were buried. And I didn't do a whole lot of research into it because this is the one that you find everywhere. With this is the one with the 2 bonus tracks. It's 2001, and it's so confusing. I don't know why the information on this is so just convoluted. I mean, it's so confusing. Like if you look up, or when I looked up, you know, what are the Bad Out of Hell remasters? Well, they brought up a 1990 remaster that seemed to be pretty well liked by everybody. And there was also in the 90s the gold disc version. You know, the master sound. You remember those gold discs? The super transfer or whatever, the master disc. One of those, they talk about a 2006 remaster. There was like a 3-disc set that you could only get as a 3-disc set. And then there was some talk of like a 35th anniversary edition. There was like no information on that whatsoever. They didn't even mention this one. It wasn't even in there. I had to look it up like specifically, like what's the deal with the 2001 remaster of Bad Out of Hell? And I swear it came up that Todd Rundgren remastered it. And I thought, man, at first I thought, okay, well, that makes sense because he hates this fucking album and he doesn't want his name associated with it like any more than necessary. So it would make no sense that he would want to do a remaster of it. And if he did, then he would probably have screwed it up and made it sound muddy and like with buried vocals. So I was convinced that he did this, but and he didn't. Todd Rundgren never remastered Bad Out of Hell. So I don't know where that came from, and I have no idea. So I got out the one that I had, which I thought was the original transfer, and then I look on it, and on the outside there's this sticker, digitally remastered. And I thought, well, okay. To add to this confusion, they also said the 1990 remaster they put out in 1990, also in the 90s, they reissued the original album Transfer and marketed it as a remaster. So I can't tell you if this is the original Transfer or a remaster because there's no date on the packaging anywhere other than 1977. There's nothing that says 1990 on it anywhere in here. All that tells me it's remastered is this little sticker. So I would tend to believe this is the original disc transfer. That's what I've come up with here. But either way, this sounds a whole lot better than this. Okay? I mean, a very obvious difference. So what I really wanted to get was the gold disc because that's the one that was unanimously across the board everybody said that's the clearest, the best sounding one. So it's not hard to find. It's just very expensive. It goes from like 40 to $100, like, you know, whoever's, depending on who's selling it. I found a guy selling it for 20 bucks. So I jumped all over it. Sort of used, but it's in pretty good shape. And I mean, it's so killer. It's got the big fold out poster, you know, and the gold disc. The Master Sound, limited edition Master Sound with revolutionary 20-bit super mapping process. Okay, so fuck yeah, man. So I gotta say though, this has what I was looking for initially. This one has the pop that I expected, man. This one sounds amazing. Between the two, between the one I had, I'd say this one, you know, is just a slight bit better. So I'm thinking that this might be the original and this might be the 1990 remaster, which is what I think is what I read, is what this gold disc is. And this one, man, it's, I mean, dude, I am so much in love with this album all over again. I've listened to it like 5 times over the past 2 days. I mean, Todd Rundgren be damned, dude. This album is amazing, and I have got a whole new appreciation for it, even more than I had before. I absolutely love this, man, and this it just rocks, man. It sounds so good, and I don't know if that clarified anything, because it doesn't really clarify anything for me. It could all be untrue. I could look it up again, and it might say something completely different. I don't know. It just seems like, I guess Google AI hasn't learned everything yet. We haven't taught AI enough yet. I'm going to get back into the meatloaf section. But anyway, okay. That's the last I'm going to talk about remasters. I just wanted to talk about that Iron Maiden and Meatloaf. So, thanks for tuning in, and next time we'll talk about, you know, something other than remasters. I'll just see whatever I get fired up about. Definitely no politics. We won't be talking Trump here, buddy. All right, so cheers. Peace out.
My face looks like a glazed donut.